3, the 55, Mike Wagner out of Harrisonville, Pennsylvania. Outside of him on row 3, the 41 of Jason Johnson out of Eunice, Louisiana. Row number 4, it'll be the 75 of Roger Eckert out of Tulsa. Outside of him, the 19B of Alan Burton out of Owasso. At the rear of the field, in the number 4 out of Tulsa, that'll be Bubba Hunt. Phil Davis of the Wendy's Old-Fashioned Hamburger Starters Tower looks him over. Green flag flies. Here we go. Jan Howard in the 11J out of Mahalia, Mississippi, taking the lead. Here comes Jared Hall in the 12H, moving up to the second spot. The race engaging. Jason Johnson bringing it around into the third spot. Mike Wagner running in the fourth position, followed by the number 98 of Bruce Webinar. 45X C.J. Johnson makes the move to the outside. He's up to fifth. Jan Howard holding on to the top spot. Jason Johnson sitting in second, followed by Jared Hall, Mike Wagner, and the 45X of C.J. Johnson. Now taking over the top spot, the race engaging. Jason Johnson moving out in front, getting by Jan Howard. Jared Hall, then Mike Wagner, C.J. Johnson as they head around the 3-mile oval. Continuing to show the way right now out of turn number 4, the 41 of the race engaging. Jason Johnson, the shop-sponsored car. Jan Howard problem for him now at Burton, the 19B up against the wall out of turn number 4. Alan Burton out of Owasso, Oklahoma, up against the wall, but caution comes down. As Dennis Kincaid will wait for the cars to make their way by and check on the status of the 19B of Alan Burton. Number 41, the racing Cajun Jason Johnson out of Eunice, Louisiana, leads the way over the guy from Mississippi, Mahalia, Mississippi, the 11J of Jan Howard. Then it's the 12H of Jared Hall in that third spot. Mike Wagner in fourth. Out of turn number 4, green flag flies. Here we go. And once again, the race engages, brings him down the back straightaway. Jan Howard sitting in the second spot, then it's Jared Hall in the 12H, the 55 car, Mike Wagner, the 45X of C.J. Johnson. Top 5 cars get a chance to make the transfer on. Out of the Crown Battery, heat race number 1. Jason Johnson leading Jan Howard, Jared Hall. Then in that fourth place spot, Mike Wagner and C.J. Johnson. As they make their way into turns number 3 and 4, the number 41 machine holding on to the top spot. Jason Johnson followed by the 11J. Jan Howard, Jared Hall in that third position. The top 5 going to make their way on right now as the lap continuing to click down 10 times around for Crown Battery heat number 1. They'll head down the back straightaway, 41, Jason Johnson will be looking to the Wendy's Old-Fashioned Hamburger Starters Tower. Bill Davis brings out the white flag, 1 lap to go. White flag is out, 1 lap remaining. Jason Johnson leads the way over Jan Howard. Jared Hall in the 12H, the 55 machine, driven by Mike Wagner and C.J. Johnson in the 5th spot. Checkered flag will go to the 41, Jason Johnson. Second spot to Jan Howard in the 11J. 12H, Jared Hall in third, followed by 55, Mike Wagner, and the 45X of C.J. Johnson. That is Mr. Greg Wilson. B&B Oval Track Products Heat Race number 2, Rumble on the Prairie. The O'Reilly NCRA Outlaw Sprint Cars versus the All-Star Circuit of Champions. And down to the Wendy's Old-Fashioned Hamburger Starting Tower, we've got Phil Davis looking them over side by side, wheel to wheel, wing to wing, looking for a start. Out of turn number 4, green flag flies, wheel to one racetrack. Kenny Jacobs leads the way, but the caution will come out. Caution on the Speedway. I'm guessing probably a false start on that one as everybody was kind of getting on the gas. Good. You have the veteran Kenny Jacobs along with a gentleman that raced for the first time in the O'Reilly NCRA Championship, Joe Bustios, alongside. So you have the newcomer and the veteran as they try to match wits. Out of turn number 4, green flag flies, here we go. Jacobs takes the lead, followed by the 1A of Travis Rowland. Here comes the Texan, Gary Wright, up into the third place spot. The 37 of Joe Bustillos will watch out the 7J. Up into the wall and will spin it around. Sean Walden. Caution on the speedway, caution on the speedway. As we get set to go, heat race number 2, the B&B Oval Track Products heat on to turn number 4, 3 flag flies, here we go! This time, Gary Wright drives down to the inside. He'll take over the second spot on to turn number 2. Joe Bustillos getting challenged by the 1A, Travis Rowland. Rowland moves into the third place spot. Here comes Kelly Kinzer, down to the inside for 4. In the number 63, moving up into the fifth place spot. As the 6 of Kenny Jacobs holding on to the top spot. Here comes the Texan, Gary Wright, on the move out of turn number 4. Kenny Jacobs out in front. Gary Wright sitting in second. Travis Rowland in the third spot. Kelly Kinzer followed by Greg Wilson. Setting him up into turn number 4. The champion for the All-Stars, Gary Wright, the NCRA champion, running 1 and 2. Travis Rowland out of Texas City, Texas in the third spot, followed by Kelly Kinzer and Greg Wilson. Kenny Jacobs using a little bit of a higher line on the 3A shoulder. The number 9 of Gary Wright now heads up to the high side as they'll meet the halfway mark. Halfway through the B&B Oval Products heat race number 2. Travis Rowland trying to drop down the number 9 of Gary Wright. Kenny Jacobs continuing to show the way around the oval. Top 5 cars getting a chance to make the transfer on. Turn number 4, the gentleman out of Holmesville, Ohio, Kenny Jacobs, the mouse out in front. The Texan Gary Wright sitting at second, Travis Rowland, Kelly Kinzer, and Greg Wilson. As they'll fly by this time, we'll have 2 laps remaining. 2 laps to go for the 6th car of Kenny Jacobs. All top 5 in each heat race will get a chance to make the transfer on. We'll get their time back. At the Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger starters tower, white flag comes out. 1 lap to go. White flag is out. 1 lap remaining. Final timer out for the 6th of Kenny Jacobs. They'll head for the checkered flag this time around. A little bit of lap traffic up in front. Kenny Jacobs will pick up the win. Gary Wright in second. Travis Rowland third. The 4K of Kelly Kinzer. And the 63 of Greg Wilson. And so unofficially, your results of the top 5 in the B&B Oval Products. Well, up in the Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger starters tower, Phil Davis will look the field over as they head down the back straightaway. Brooke Tatnell in the number 66, holding on to that pole position. The 15K of Chad Kemenaugh right alongside. Looking for the green this time as they come out of turn number 4. 3 flag fly, we're going racing. Brooke Tatnell takes the lead out of turn number 1 and 2. The 15K of Chad Kemenaugh sitting in second. Then it's Rodney Duncan in the number 22 machine out of Lockport, Ohio. He's challenged by the 9S. Darren Stewart on the move. 16, Bill Rose moving up into the 4th place spot. The battle for the final transfer position. Rodney Duncan in the number 22 and the 92 machine of Jeff Shepard. Brooke Daniel showing the way into turn number 1. Chad Kemenaugh trying to knock him down. Darren Stewart sitting in third. Then it's Bill Rose. Now Jeff Shepard moves up into the 5th place spot. Travis Morris out of Summers, Arkansas makes the pass on Rodney Duncan. Chad Kavanaugh, then Darren Stewart, followed by Bill Rose. Jeff Shepard from the 29 of Travis Vine, trying to take a track down the 92 machine of Shepard. England machine on 2, heat race number 3. The Phillips Trompartic 66. Brooke Cannell at the halfway point brings him by. 92 Jeff Shepard starting to take a pull in, reeling in the 6B of Bill Rose. As your leader comes out of turn number 4, Brooke Cannell being chased by Chad Kavanaugh. Then the 9S of Darren Stewart. The 6B of Bill Rose, the 92 of Jeff Shepard, Travis Mize, and Rodney Duncan. Now the 6B trying to take and make the pass back around for that 4th place spot. As Brooke Cannell continues to show the way around over the 15K car. Chad Kavanaugh trying to get by the 61 of Ernest Jennings. Darren Stewart trying to qualify for the E feature and the 9S. 92, Jeff Shepard now moves up into the 4th place spot, getting by Bill Rose in the number 6B. This time around, look for the white flag at the Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger starters tower. 1 lap to go. Out 1 lap remaining. Brooke Cannell bringing him down the mountain with the 15K of Chad Kavanaugh, followed by 9S, Darren Stewart, the 92 of Jeff Shepard. Checkered flag will go to the 66 of Brooke Cannell. Chad Kavanaugh will cross in 3rd. And Darren Stewart, followed by the 92 of Jeff Shepard. The 6B of Bill Rose will qualify the 5th spot.
Race fans, take a look at in 3rd row, the number 88. Got some kind of glowing deal going on there with red and blue on the brake rotors or something back behind the wheel. I don't know if you'll be able to see it real good as it goes by real fast, but you might check it out. We'll find out what's going on with that. Here they come out to the white line in turn number 4. Getting ready to go at the Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger starters tower. Green flag flies. Here we go. The 34 of Dean Jacobs will lead the way down the back straightaway. Chad Meyer being challenged by the number 48 machine of Kenneth Walker. Walker moving up into the 2nd place spot. Chad Myers to 3rd as they come flying out of turn number 4. Well, problems down to the Sonic Band getting together with the 88J of Jared Wilson.
And the red will come out onto the speedway. Red on the speedway as contact between the 88J of Jared Wilson out of Skytech, Oklahoma, getting together with the D1 of Dan Oswald from Iowa, Kansas. Oswald taking a nasty flip down into turn number 1 as the emergency personnel will be heading over that direction, as well as Dennis Kincaid as he flies down there to check on the status of the D1 of Dan Oswald. Out of Worcester, Ohio, Dean Jacobs holding on to that top spot. Right now, the number 48 car, Kenneth Walker, out of Sapulpa, Oklahoma, sitting in the 2nd position. Then one of the original outlaws, Danny Smith, of the number 51 out of Danville, Indiana, in 3rd. Chad Meyer out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the 1W in the 4th spot, followed by the 50D out of Reynolds, Iowa, Derek Beckman. And holding on to the top spot, Dean Jacobs, as the number 48 gets over the pressure applied by the 51 of Danny Smith. Smith looking to the high side of Kenneth Walker as they come out of turn number 4. Danny Smith move up into that 2nd spot. Kenneth Walker in 3rd. Then it's Chad Meyer in the 1W, followed by Derek Beckman in the 50D machine. Beckman having the final transfer spot right now into the A feature event. In the 63R, trying to see if he might be able to figure out a way to apply some pressure onto the 50D as they continue to show the way. Dean Jacobs, the 34, 51, Danny Smith, the 48 of Kenneth Walker, then 1W, Chad Meyer, and the 50D machine right now sitting in the 5th and final transfer spot. Derek Beckman out of Reynolds, Iowa, in that 50D. halfway point of the TP Wings. Speed race number 4. Dean Jacobs out of Worcester, Ohio, continuing to show the way around the 3/8 mile oval. The 51 car in that second spot, Danny Smith, Kenneth Walker. Then Chad Meyer out of Sioux Falls, followed by the 50D machine of Derek Beckman. This time around, we'll have 3 laps to go for the 34 car of Dean Jacobs. In the second spot, Danny Smith out of Danville, Indiana. Kenneth Walker in that third position. Chad Meyer battling it out with Derek Beckman. 2 laps to go this time by. Danny Smith trying to close the gap on the 34 of Dean Jacobs. As they'll come by the Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger starters tower lap, 1 lap to go. 1 lap remaining. Able to take close the gap, but it might be too little too late. TP Wings, heat race number 4 will come to the Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger starters tower. Bill Davis gives him the checker. 34, Dean Jacobs, 51, Danny Smith. Third spot to Kenneth Walker in the 48, and Chad Meyer in the 1W, and the 50D of Derek Beckman. And we've got some great race cars, NHRA dragsters, courtesy of the Wendy's old-fashioned restaurants in the Tulsa area, for those kids that can answer this trivia question. Caution light going out on the speedway as we get to set to go. The Hallmark Race Trailers dash coming out of turn number 4. Green flag fly, we're going racing. Danny Smith leads them through turns number 1 and 2, but here comes Bill Rose to the outside. They drag race down the back straightaway. Danny Smith and Bill Rose running 1 and 2. Jeff Shepard out of Upperco, Maryland in that 3rd place spot. Now Bill Rose up to the high side, trying to take over the lead from Danny Smith. Wheel to wheel into turns number 3 and 4. Danny Smith and Bill Rose. Bill Rose taking over the top spot out of Plainfield, Indiana. A couple of Hoosier State drivers. As Jeff Shepard and the number 92 out of Upperco, Maryland, sitting in the 3rd spot, followed by Jason Johnson. White flag coming out this time around, 1 lap to go. Bill Rose in the 6B from Plainfield, Indiana, holding down the top spot. Danny Smith in 2nd. They head to the Wendy's Starters Tower, this time out of turn number 4. Checkered flag to Bill Rose. 2nd spot to Danny Smith. And it's Jeff Shepard, followed by Jason Johnson. As fans, right now we've got a trophy for you. You brought your own trophy girl down here? Okay, I get to kiss the trophy girl. How's that? You probably wouldn't like that. Not very much at all. Winning the Hallmark Trailers dash down here. Race fans, put your hands together for Bill Rose. Thank you, appreciate it. And you get $250 from Coastal Oil Rental Tools of Oklahoma just for winning this thing tonight, so a little extra payout. That's great. I think it definitely helps when you come out here and stuff. And this wing deal's new to me, running for Rookie of the Year, and definitely learned a lot. Had to thank Kim and Alls because they helped me out getting on setups and stuff, so we're getting better. Well, tell us about running that Wiley Veteran, one of the original outlaws down there on the bottom, huh? Yeah, Danny's pretty tough. I mean, he's definitely been around a while, and it definitely makes me feel good to be able to outrun somebody like that. Well, it looks like he was going to pull up and pass right around you again, and then you kind of said, well, I've had enough of this. You can hear him. How close do they have to get before you can hear him behind you? You can hear him when they're pretty close. I mean, it's, I don't know, you can definitely hear him. Okay, enough of you, Bill. Let's talk to the trophy girl. Who are you?
I am Bill's fiancée, Chastity.
Chastity. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Chastity down here. Love you, Bill. Thank you very much. And how long? When is the big day?
Probably sometime in January.
January of next year?
Yeah. This year, definitely.
Okay, this year is already gone.
It'll be next year.
Okay, we'll see what's going on here, folks. That's okay, she's cute. Race fans, make a round of applause, Mr. Bill Rose!
Now we'll get a picture down here. We representative from Coastal Tools, Rental Tools of Oklahoma. They do that big drilling stuff, you know, so if you need to get something for your oil rig, I know you have one in your backyard or water pump or whatever, we got it for you. And just to be fair to the 7 up there in the second row on his heat race up there, he got into a wall early in that race and bent the front end on it, bent the axle on it, and that's why he was having control problems, but I did tell us that we all enjoyed his little show.
United Aluminum Windows, B feature event getting set to go out of turn number 4. Green flag flies, here we go. '75, Roger Eckert up against the wall. As that will bring the caution out. Caution on the speedway. At the Wendy's Old Time Fashion Hamburger Starters Tower, Phil Davis looks above her. Green flag flies, here we go. And the 37, Joe Bustos, the 2K of Kevin Fry getting together as the caution will come back out on the speedway. Caution back out on the speedway.
Looks like our car sitting down in turn number 2 is okay, although
Get a chance to move on in this United Aluminum Windows B main. Getting set out of turn number 4. Green flag flies. Here we go. 12 times around the 3/8 mile oval. United Aluminum Windows B feature event with the 22 of Rodney Duncan leading the way over Jared Wilson in the 88J. Travis Mize. Oh, problems for 7J, Sean Walden. Sean Walden in the 7J will bring the caution out onto the speedway. Sean Walden, the 7J machine out of Bentonville, Arkansas. And he especially loves the girls when they come by. He keeps telling me that. Out of turn number 4, green flag flies. 29, Travis Mize moves down to the inside, going to try to take over the top spot and will. 22, Rodney Duncan in second. Then it's Jared Wilson in that third place spot. Alan Burton trying to make his move through the field, moving up into that fourth place position. A good battle for the third and fourth spot. Alan Burton and the 88J of Jared Wilson as leading the way. Travis Mize holding on to the top spot. Here comes the 19B of Alan Burton as he tries to make a move on Rodney Duncan. That's the battle for second and third spot. Only the top 4 get a chance to make the transfer on. The United Aluminum Windows speed feature event. Travis Mize starting to pull away right now. The United Aluminum Windows speed feature event. Leading the way over the number 22, Rodney Duncan. That's Alan Burton. The 88J machine right now sitting in that fourth and final transfer spot. Jared Wilson trying to hold off the 37 of Joe Bustos. Barry Rubel in the 63R battling alongside the battle for the 5th and 6th position as Travis Mize starts to pull away. Rodney Duncan sitting in that second spot. Then it's Alan Burton. Real problems, Joe Bustos. Joe Bustos in the 37 spins it around as the red will come out. Red out onto the speedway, the 37 of Joe Bustos. Bill Davis up at the Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburger Starters Tower will look the field over for a single file start. On to turn number 4, green flag flying, we're going racing. Travis Mize out of turn number 2, holds the top spot. There goes Barry Rubel in the 63R. The final transfer spot. Here comes back onto the inside 88J. Jared Wilson trying to battle for that final spot. Also on the move, the the 2K, Kevin Fry out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, trying to take and move through the field as well. Top 4 cars going to make the transfer on. Here comes Jared Wilson back down to the inside, trying to make his way into that 4th place spot. Barry Rubel in the 63R, not taking and moving out of the way. He's going to challenge for the 3rd spot between Alan Burton. Rodney Duncan sitting in the 2nd spot, but Travis Mize has got the field covered. Caution will come out on the speedway for the 23H of James High out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. He slows on the front straightaway. And hope that when you end up taking and eating those products, that you end up giving them a call and, of course, letting them know that you appreciate their support of Outlaw Sprint Car Racing here on Rumble on the Prairie. At the Wendy's Old-Fashioned Hamburger Starters Tower, Phil Davis looking one more time to give him the green. We're back and running. 2K, Kevin Fry going to pick up the 5th place spot as they head down the back straightaway. Travis Mine holding on to the top spot, the 22 machine of Rodney Duncan in 2nd. 19B Alan Burton in that 3rd place spot, followed by Barry Rubel. Kevin Fry right now in 5th. He will have to pick up one more spot if he hopes to take and make the A feature. Travis Mize, white flag coming out, 1 lap to go. White flag is out, 1 lap remaining. Rodney Duncan in the 2nd spot. Alan Burton in 3rd. Then it's Barry Rubel rounding out the top 4. Checkered flag will come out to the number 29 out of Summers, Arkansas. Travis Mize. 2nd spot to the 22 machine. Duncan will finish 2nd, followed by Burton and the 63R of Barry Rubel. And so your United Aluminum windows be made on officially your top 4 cars. 63R Barry Rubel finishing in the 4th spot. Danny Smith inside row number 4, outside of him Jared Hall in the 12H. Row number 5, the 1A of Travis Rylett, the 22 of Rodney Duncan. Row number 6, the 50D of Derek Beckman and the 45X of CJ Johnson. In our next row, Shane Stewart in the 9S machine holds down the inside row. Outside of him will be the 1W of Chad Meyer. Then we move back to the 11J of Jan Howard, the 6 of Kenny Jacobs, the 15K of Chad Kavanaugh, the 34 of Dean Jacobs. In row number 10, 66, Brooke Tatnell, the 48 of Kenneth Walker, looking for a green this time out of turn number 4. Green flag flies, here we go. Caution will come out, false start, caution will come out. Zero 0745C0, Oklahoma tag. Cherokee Nation tag is being towed. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. The number 9 of Gary Wright takes the lead. Bill Rose sitting in the 2nd place spot as they head out of turn number 4. Then it's Kelly Kinzer in the 4G machine, the 55 of Mike Wagner in the 4th spot, followed by Danny Smith. 41, Jason Johnson back there in the 6th place spot. As the Texan, Gary Wright, hugging the inside. And problems as Gary Wright bobbles just a little bit. That allows Bill Rose to be able to close the gap. Kelly Kinzer sitting there in that 3rd place spot right now. Mike Wagner at 4th. Here comes Danny Smith to challenge the gentleman out of Harrisonville, Pennsylvania. Working the low line down to turns number 3 and 4. Then moves to the high side down the back straightaway. Bill Rose sitting in that 2nd place spot right now. The 4K of Kelly Kinzer. Danny Smith battling to the inside right now of Mike Wagner. 41. The Racing Cajun, Jason Johnson back there in the 6th place spot. As Gary Wright now decides to head upstairs. He is going to take the lead out of turn number 4 with the number 6 speed of Bill Rose Rose in that second spot. Kelly Kinzer still in that third position, followed by the 51 of Danny Smith, has moved up to fourth. 55, Mike Wagner in the fifth spot, followed by the number 41 of Jason Johnson. 92, Jeff Shepard right now behind them in the sixth place position. Gary Wright starts to lengthen a bit of a lead now over the 6B of Bill Rose. Alan Bird gets a little bit sideways out of turn number 4, pulls it back onto the speedway. Cars will start to be lapped now as Gary Wright tries to make it by the 19B of Alan Bird. Bill Rose still in the second spot, then it's Danny Smith, Kelly Kinzer, Mike Wagner, and Jason Johnson. Right, making it by the 19B of Alan Bird was Bill Rose, trying his best to see if he might be able to close the gap through traffic. The 51 machine of Danny Smith right now holding down the third place spot. Right, out on a mission tonight. Bill Rose, Danny Smith, Kelly Kinzer. Now the 41 of Jason Johnson moving up into the fifth place spot. It's by the 55 of Mike Wagner. 19B Alan Burton heads off of the speedway. Gary Wright making it by Barry Rubble into turn number 1. Bill Rose still holding on to that second spot, followed by Danny Smith, Kelly Kinzer, and the 41 of Jason Johnson. Mike Wagner, then the number 92 machine, right behind him of Jeff Shepard. Laps continuing to click off as the 9 of Gary Wright makes his way by the 29 of Travis Mize. The 6 of Bill Rose being challenged by the 51 of Danny Smith. Smith down to the inside to the outside. And over in turn number 4, the caution will come out. Caution will come out, caught over in turn number 4. This time the Speedway Chevrolet truck will head into the infield. The number 9 of Gary Wright leads the way. The 6B Bill Rose sitting in second. Danny Smith in the 51 in third. 4K Kelly Kinzer in fourth. 41 the Racing Cajun Jason Johnson in fifth. Then it's Mike Wagner in the 55. Jeff Shepard in the 92. Out of turn number 4. Three flies. Here we go. Take a work this way by Kenneth Walker and Barry Rubble to be able to try to find some way to be able to track down the number 9 of Gary Wright. Right, holding on to the top spot right now. And caution coming out onto the speedway. Looks like perhaps for Derek Beckman in the 50D machine. On these axles and lights go out. Here we go. And the Texan, Gary Wright, will lead the way around the 3A mile level. Bill Rose in that 6B sitting in the second spot. Then it's Danny Smith in the 51. Kelly Kinzer, Jason Johnson, Mike Wagner, Jeff Shepard in the 7th spot as we get the green flag, and here we go. Bill Rose trying to get by the 63R, Barry Rubble. As Danny Smith battling alongside Kenneth Walker into turn number 3. Kelly Kinzer getting challenged by the 41 of Jason Johnson. Bill Rose trying to take it, find a way to be able to get by some lap traffic and will. Here comes Danny Smith as well as will reach the halfway point this time by. Halfway point, 15 laps down, 15 to go. Jason Johnson still in that 5th place spot as the Texan Gary Wright starts to pull away from the field. Danny Smith trying to take and gain some ground on Bill Rose. And Darren Stewart will bring out the caution. Caution on the speedway. A lot of great drivers that have raced the NCRA circuit going back to the Herald Leaps and the whole 9 yards that ended up taking a racing the NCRA circuit. Gary Wright is by far and away the number 1 in feature wins. Could tonight be number 74? Well, we've got about 14 laps to find out. On to number 4, turn, green flag flies. Gary Wright, Bill Ross, the 51 machine, and look at the 66. Brooke Kendall starting to take and move up another couple positions. Problems, holy cow, we got problems going on.
Hey, boys, bucked up as we already knew something like this was going to happen. It's C.J. Johnson in the 45X over here. We're at the 92. Jeff Shepard climbing out of the race car, the 55 sitting over here. Shepard out of the race car, give him a round of applause. Talking about tire selection. That's what they're talking about. Gary Wright leads him down to Max Trolloway. Here we go.
Watch the Phillips Rombardic 66. Was 11th on the last caution. Has moved to 7th now as they come out of turn number 4. 3, 5, 5. Here we go. Gary Wright leads the way over Bill Rose. As the number of cars get way down on the inside of turns number 1 and 2. Leads the way over Rhodes and Danny Smith in the first spot. Kelly Kisner, Jason Johnson. Jared Hall in the 12H moving up into that 6th place spot right now. The 66 of Brooke Kendall trying to get by a little bit of lap traffic out of turn number 4 and see if he might be able to pick up a position. Johnson right on the rear dirt bumper, but the caution coming out. Caution on the speedway. You can bring him around 11 more times to pick up a $5,000 payday. Bill Rose out of Plainfield, Indiana, sitting in the 2nd spot. Then it's Danny Smith in the 51. The 4K of Kelly Kinzer, the Racing Cajun, the 41 of Jason Johnson, Jared Hall, and the 66 car of Brooke Kendall coming out of turn number 4. Green flag flying, we're going racing. As the drill middle and breaking out on the cone, but the cone is off, and Barney does a great job of picking it up and getting it off. Gary Wright leading the way around. Right now, Bill Rose sitting in the 2nd place spot. Then it's the 51 of Danny Smith. Kelly Kinzer trying to hold off Jason Johnson, and here comes Jared Hall in the 12H as he battles hard, trying to get into that 5th place spot. Problems over here on the turn number 3 and 4. Bring the caution back out onto the speedway. As Gary Wright will try to take and hold off a whole field of tough outlaws right behind him for another 9 laps. Out of turn number 4, green flag flies. Here we go. Jason Johnson to the high side, picks up a spot, gets by the 4K of Kelly Kinzer. He moves up into the 4th position. Here comes Jared Hall down to the inside of Kelly Kinzer trying to pick up 5th. Bill Rose sitting on 2nd, then the number 51 of Danny Smith, Jason Johnson. Kelly Kinzer back into the 5th spot, gets back around Jared Hall. Gary Wright trying to hold off a stellar field behind him as they come flying out of turn number 4. 6 laps to go, this time by. Kenny Jacobs going to take a move up into that 8th place spot. number 1 and 2. As it comes out of turn number 2, he rockets down the back straightaway. Bill Rose sitting in the second spot, followed by the 51 of Jason Johnson, the 4K of Kelly Kinzer, and the 12 of Jared Hall in the 5th place spot. Starting to work some traffic right now. The number 9 of Gary Wright, trying to make his way by the 29 of Travis Fine. 6B, Bill Roth, the 51 of Danny Smith. 41, Jason Johnson still in that 4th place spot as Wright continues to work traffic. Last pushing off for the number 9 of Gary Wright. Bill Rose threads the needle. Down the back straightaway one more time. This next time around, the white flag will fly for the number 9 of Gary Wright. As the white flag is flying. Checkered flag will come out this time around. Problems on the turn number 4. The number 9 of Gary Wright will pick up the feature win. The 6 of Bill Rose, the 51, the 41, and the 4K. And so unofficially finishing in the 5th place spot, Kelly Kinzer in the 4K out of Bloomington, Indiana. 4th spot to the 41 from Eunice, Louisiana, Jason Johnson. 3rd spot going to the 51, Danny Smith out of Danville, Indiana. In the 6B, and the runner-up spot out of Plainfield, Indiana, Bill Rose. And race fan picking up the feature win here at Tulsa Speedway from Hooks, Texas, the 9-time O'Reilly NCRA champion. Put your hands together for Mr. Gary Wright. A happy guy, an excited guy, Maroon. I see him a lot of times. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks a lot. It's been a while since it's been at least a month since we won a race, so this feels pretty good.
I'll tell you, a lot of guys would be dying for a record like that, but I know you like to win them as often as possible. Boy, I tell you, on that start, he was running right there with you.
Yeah, I tell you, I really went with too soft a tire, and I was just babying it the whole race and just hoping I could hold them off.
Well, let's take a look at it here. It looks like you got some tread left. I was talking to the crowd a little bit about that, because you really have to make it a choice between a soft tire out here on this racetrack, but if it goes real abrasive, you can really lose a tire too.
Yeah, we went soft and should have went a little harder, but it all worked out.
Well, of course, it looks like you got a little tread left, so there you go. Congratulations, buddy. $5 grand for you.
We need it. If anybody needed it, we do.
I tell you, this year, still looking for some sponsorship. I know you'd love to see somebody full-time with you.
Well, we've got some people working on it, and you know, if we did have some sponsorship, we could run a lot more races at a lot of other places. So, but it feels Tulsa's always been great. The fans are great here, and I've always enjoyed running here.
I know you do, and now you're a poet. A lot of other races, a lot of other places.
Well, I didn't know that, but I guess that does rhyme.
There you go, race fans. Put your hands together, Mr. Gary Wright. Race fans down here picked up the Trophy Dash win with his lovely fiancée, Chastity, down here by his side. He ran a heck of a race down here, Mr. Bill Lowe. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Just had a great night.
Oh, we talked to you up there on that red flag. You know, in that first part of the race, the first few laps, and I mean, there was quite a few laps you were running side by side with this guy.
Yeah, the first part of it, he was running the bottom, and then as all night, I've been kind of up top. But once I kind of showed him that, he took it. And
don't you just hate it when people steal your speed secret?
Yes, I do.
Doggone it, maybe you ought to go over there and collect part of that $5,000.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, look what I showed you. A good job out here, buddy. The track started to take some rubber, looked like, although we didn't see a lot of tire smoke off of it, but that certainly helped in the late races.
Oh yeah, I definitely tightened the cars up good. Actually, mine was a little bit too tight, but like I said, we're learning a lot, and this is definitely a great deal for us.
Well, there you go, buddy. Welcome to the Midwest. Race fans, big round of applause. The 6B, Mr. Bill Rose coming in second spot.